Let's take a look at some homes in Sarasota. They all got pools and they're listed right around $375,000. Here's the first one. So first of all, to give you your street view, quiet neighborhood, close to a busy-ish road, not too crazy. As you can see, some cars going back there. But you are like 5-6 driveways down from that, so you still get some peace and quiet. Plus, one other thing I like about this place, you don't see this often, not the bushes, wait for it, wait for it. It is a roundabout driveway. So convenient. Huge fan of that. Dream come true for me. I would love to have one of those. And you get a pretty decent front yard space. I think the outside's got a lot of nice character and charm. That's just my opinion. I guess leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I like the little built-in planting bed that they got over here. Some nice touches to it. And as we get into it, we'll talk more about the era that it was built and all that, and Sarasota and everything we do in all the other videos. Also gotta say, I like the window style. They are dated and old, so I mean, they're probably not the most energy efficient and hurricane proof. So I guess that's nice for the character, but not necessarily for the functionality. And just some of the details too, like with this door. I mean, look at this. I think stuff like that's great, personally. But I could see some people not liking that. So I guess leave a comment, let us know what you think. But right away when we come inside the house, we are greeted by a pretty nice big open area. Now, I will say, a lot of the homes we've been doing lately, especially in Sarasota, have been flips. And this one is, how do I put it? It's not really a flip. It's just an older home with a few touches that were maybe updated, but as a whole, they kind of left this one as is. I gotta say though, it's got some good space and some good bones and a nice secret in the back. Well, I'm gonna spoil it right now. There's a pool. So that's a nice perk. And getting all this natural light in here from these windows is great. So let's come back over here right away to the left. When you come into the house, you do have a bedroom. And this bedroom is pretty standard size. I'd say it's maybe slightly bigger than a typical guest bedroom. Just depends, I guess, on what kind of homes you've been looking at or living in. But compared to a lot of them we do on the channel, I'd say this steers a little bit larger. So that's nice to get. And you've got yourself a closet with pretty standard amount of space. Nothing too crazy. Would have liked to see them maybe take it a little wider to make the most of this wall space, but I got a feeling that's being used by something that I'll show you in a little bit. To tell you a little bit about Sarasota, it is a great city. I would describe it as a medium-sized city. It is not large, but it's definitely not small. It is growing quickly. It's an exciting city though. Got a closet here. Some nice built-in wood shelving, definitely showing that it's, an older home. The downtown is great. It's got sort of a big-ish city feel, very walkable, lots of restaurants and shops, very hospitality-based. You've also got Siesta Key Village downtown by world-famous Siesta Key Beach, which has powdered sugar sand and has been rated the #1 beach in the United States by multiple publications, multiple years. You've got St. Armand circles downtown. You got the whole Gulf Gate Estates area, which has some great, actually all of Sarasota has really got some great restaurants and shops throughout. Then you got the UTC Mall, all the shopping up there, all the other shops and restaurants in the UTC shopping area outside of the mall. And just a lot going on, a lot of exciting things in a growing city. The whole Bayfront Marina area that's by the downtown is great as well. And then nearby cities, you're not too far from Tampa. You're talking about a 30 to 40 minute drive. You're also really close to Bradenton for some more things to do, and Anna Maria Island, which is great. You're also really close to where we live, which is Venice, and the prehistoric Shark's Teeth, the quaint historic downtown that a lot of people just fall in love with the first time they see. So just a lot of great stuff really close nearby and within the city itself. And right away then to the right from that main living area, you got a bathroom. Again, not updated. You can clearly tell that the era it was built, most of those touches have been retained. Pretty big mirror in here, which is nice. It looks like they did upgrade the lighting. I do like the fixtures. I think those are cool with the little bubbles in there. And you've got another bedroom over here. And this one is the primary. It's the biggest. Pretty big compared to the first bedroom that I showed you. I would say it's definitely, bigger. And it looks like they did put some new carpet in here. And one thing I want to point out is just some little details with the molding. I think that's kind of neat. You don't necessarily get in all homes. And this window actually looks like it's a little more updated. Can't tell for sure. And you can see a sneak peek of the pool. Hello. You can see me in the mirror there in your primary bathroom. But really quick first, before we go in there, you do have a walk-in closet. And it's got some built-in shelving that goes all the way around. You could definitely add a little more shelving towards the bottom to make the most of that space. And just in case you're curious, this is your air handler access right here, which is kind of an interesting, unique thing if you ever have to take it out. I gotta imagine there's another better way to get at that, or maybe you could pop this bottom part off. Definitely raises a few questions though for me. You got a medicine cabinet over here on the left. You got a shower. And I should mention, as I, said before, we know the Sarasota area very, very well. We live in Venice, so we know that area well. If you're looking to buy or sell anything, including the homes in this video, anywhere from Sarasota down to the Port Charlotte, Englewood areas, or the entire Orlando metro, those are all areas we serve. You can call, text, or email our team at 941-221-1897. We've helped a lot of people move to the area and sell homes from the areas, and we would love to help you too. Again, anywhere from Sarasota down to Englewood, Port Charlotte, or the Orlando metro. If you're looking to buy or sell a home anywhere else in the United States or anywhere else in Florida that's not the areas we serve, just click the link in the description, answer a few questions. That'll get you connected with a realtor that's an expert in the area that you're looking to buy or sell. That doesn't cost you anything extra, but either getting a hold of us or clicking that link is a great way to support the channel so we can keep making you videos like this. So bedroom number 3, I'd say is just a smidge smaller than the primary. It's a pretty good size. Lots of natural light from these big windows, and actually it does look like the same style window as that primary, so they are probably a little older, which when we get into the kitchen, I'll give you all the specs on the home and the age and all that. But you can see, again, kind of older fixtures in the closet. Pretty good closet space though, all things considered. Pretty deep and pretty wide, so that's a nice win. And coming back to the main living area. So here's your kitchen area. And you got a little dining nook here too to the side by the patio doors, which takes you out to that nice fenced in backyard, which is pretty sizable. In addition to having the pool, you still actually get a good amount of yard space, which is great. And this is a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,412 square foot home. It is listed at $375,000. It's been on the market for 14 days and it was built in 1979. And as you can see, the kitchen, again, has not really been updated. I don't mind the backsplash, I guess, personally. Maybe I would paint it like a different color to better fit my taste. I don't know. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it as a whole. I don't know why. I always like these kind of tile looking countertops too. You don't see them very often. So when I see them, I think they're kind of fun. But I can see that not being everyone's cup of tea either. It just depends on the person. It looks like the lights that they put in are newer, but they're definitely very flickery. So I would maybe change the bulbs or figure out what's going on with that personally, because that would kind of bother me if I'm being honest. But yeah, good amount of cabinet and counter space out of a smaller footprint for the kitchen. Overall, that's definitely one thing I would say is an upside, but just not very new or upgraded. And you can tell, the house was built in 1979 and it seems like everything was kind of left from that era, when it was built. But right off the kitchen here, we do got yourself, I guess we could call it a storage space, because I think it was a garage that got closed off. And so remember that closet I was telling you about that I wished it would have went all the way to the other wall? Well, that's because you got this little space here. So you're kind of getting it as an extra storage space, more of a utility storage space that this room would be. It's kind of your utility room / laundry room. And you do got a good amount of cabinet space out here. Your hookups for your washer and dryer are right here, and your outlets. You got a utility sink and great spot for your water heater to be out here as well. As you can see, there is a step up to get into the main living area. So this is, if it does leak, a good space for it because it is elevated and you don't have to worry about this flooring getting wet. And you do also have this side access door, which takes you out to the side yard. But we'll take you to the backyard. So gotta say, this backyard is quite nice, just for the simple fact of you got a lot of space back here. Again, being in the city and having it all fenced in, that's a win. I shouldn't say again, I said again because in a previous video that I did in Sarasota, check out the previous videos on the channel and subscribe if you haven't, but it was a similar situation. You're getting quick access in Sarasota to a lot of things to do, a lot of shopping, restaurants, beaches, the whole 9 yards, pretty good nightlife as well, but still getting a pretty good yard space that's fenced in is a win, and been seeing that in a lot of the homes. Plus this one, of course, has a pool, which is also a huge win. But I want to tell you a little bit more about Sarasota. I want to let you know, kind of what it gets for ratings and reviews, what people think about it, and what the market's looking like right now. So we'll do that in the next house, which we'll go check out right now. Okay, so big spoiler alert. House number 2 is my favorite of the ones. Check this out. First of all, sidewalks, street lights, not a lot of them, but they're there. And overall, pretty quiet neighborhood. A little loud right now because they got all the people taking care of the lawns and the trash coming to get picked up. So that's making it a little noisier at the moment, but that's a good thing. That's good noise, that's things being taken care of. But look at this super wide driveway. Now, big downside, no garage here. So your driveway kind of is your garage. So I guess leave me a comment, let me know what you think about that. Is that something you'd be willing to trade off? I mean, being in Florida necessarily, I don't know that having a garage for your car is as necessary as like living in like where we're from originally, which is Wisconsin. When it gets cold, you want that attached garage. But here it's like, meh, it's nice to have, but I don't know if it's a must have, but I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. So the exterior, nothing all that notable outside of, I think the fence is a nice touch. Well, both the fences, I guess. You got this one, which, spoiler alert, the whole backyard is fenced in. And again, it does have a pool. And then this fence, I think, adds some character, especially with the little light posts. I think that's cool. Outside of that, pretty standard, nothing that notable. But once we get inside, there is just so much character and charm in this home, and I am here for it. I love, love, love it. I can see it maybe not being everyone's cup of tea, but I like it. So I like the brick here too, the red brick. And looks like the door is pretty recently updated. Some nice details there. And right away when we come in, you got like a little bit of an entryway, and to the right, you've got yourself a little bit of a closet here, which isn't huge, but it's enough to store a few coats and things like that. And again, we're in Florida. You don't need to store a lot of coats. And then coming back to the left to the main entry area, first of all, here's where the character and charm starts. I mean, you're getting a fireplace here, which again, like I said, we're in Florida, right? So you're like, well, yeah, so it's hot. You don't need that, right? No. Trust me, after you've been living in Florida for about, I'd say 6 months, maybe even less, your blood will adapt. And it'll feel cold when it's 50 degrees, and that will happen in winter. Somewhat frequently, like in the mornings and at nights. Occasionally, that'll be like the high for the day. That's pretty rare. Also want to note, more character and charm. Look at that molding. Nice touch. That's awesome. More updated, newer windows, it looks like. I don't know if they're brand new, but they look like they're in pretty good shape. I love the white brick with the little black accent in the fireplace. And just having a fireplace as a whole, I think is always a great focal point. And really, this is a nice, good, big, open space. So lots to love about this room to begin with. Lots more character and charm coming though. I could see maybe the tile not being everyone's cup of tea. I know like my wife, who's usually in the videos, she's not a big fan of like this style tile. And this kind she doesn't mind as much, but I don't know. Leave a comment, let us know what you think. And so this would be your primary. You do got yourself a small-ish vanity. I like the tile little backsplash thing they got going on there. Medicine cabinet. And I'm a big fan of these style walk-in showers. I don't know why. I just always think they look cool. I feel like you're like in a cave or a lagoon taking a shower. That's just me though. And you got a little frosted window there, so for a little bit of natural light, you can open that out to vent out the area as well, which is great. And the bedroom itself is not huge. The flooring's not all that updated. It's all the other things in the rest of the home that really makes me love it so much. But the windows, again, they look like they're in really good shape, which is a huge win. I do like this. First of all, the doors, I think, are a cool style. I'm a fan of those. But all the built-in shelving, like solid wood shelving, hanging racks, like you're really going to be able to make the most of this space in here. So I think that's a huge win. And then coming back, so this was the main entryway right here. And so everything's real compact and close to the front door as far as a lot of your bedroom's access points and a lot of the house access points. So this would be your little second bathroom. You got a linen to the left there, vanity. Doesn't look super updated or upgraded. They got the same backsplash and medicine cabinet as the primary bedrooms. This window definitely looks older, so that might want to be updated at some point. Got the subway looking tile in the, or just the standard white tile, I guess, in the Shower here, some updated fixtures, which is nice. Some unique texture to the wall here. That's kind of fun. And that's on both sides. You also got another closet here, shelving at the top and bottom to make the most of it. Your next bedroom is similar size to the other one, maybe a little bit smaller. Again, the windows look like they're in pretty good shape. Lots of natural light throughout. Again, the flooring though looks like it, you know, it's not bad. It's definitely older. Definitely not like the standard typical modern laminate or vinyl that you're gonna see in a lot of homes. And built-in shelving goes up pretty high. You got an extra shelf up there, which is nice to make the most of that space. And here we start to get into the more things that I really, really love about this home. Outside of that fireplace, I think that's great. This little room here, I think is fun. I just like I love the flooring. I love the feel. I like how I don't know why, maybe I'm alone on this, but when you got one of these rooms where you have to take just one little step down, I just always like it. I don't know why. It just helps define the space. I like the lighting fixtures, kind of got the candle look to it. I think it fits. Got the really tall baseboards in here as well. I don't know, I'm a big fan of this. And I like how it sits next to, as you can kind of see from the French doors there, the pool, and you can kind of see the pool. It's just a cool vibe overall. I don't know, I like it. Feels like a nice, like, it's like separated, yes, a nice central spot to like where everyone can hang out, come in and out from the pool area / lanai and the kitchen and the living room area. Now this is quirky, but I don't know, I'm here for it. So I like the cabinets, I like the handles, I like the sink. It is kind of small and weird shaped though. You got a pass-through window there. And then you got this little extra wing, I guess you could call it, to the kitchen. But I think it's kind of unique and interesting and fun, and you're getting a lot of cabinet and counter space out of a small footprint. I like the little built-in shelving here. You can use that to store some spices maybe, or put some decorations, or I don't know, get creative. This would be your pantry. Goes pretty deep. And, oh, I should note that. Look at this. Super soft close. So a lot of the touches that you would want are in here, which is awesome. I like this light fixture as well. It's got a little built-in fan. That's fun for airing out the area. So yeah, it's kind of, you know, and it's got the same floor as that other room, but it's kind of a small, unique, awkward shaped room, but I don't know, I kind of like it, especially with the updates. Flips like that, I'm a fan of. Now this is also where it gets awkward. So this, how do we describe this room? It's kind of like a utility room, right? So you got a cabinet, some counter space here, some drawers. Great. Get some extra storage space, especially out of a utility room. That's great. You got your hookups for your washer and dryer out here, so it's kind of a laundry room too, I guess you could say. You know, lots more shelving. You know, you can maybe even make a little office nook or something in here. I guess get creative. Let me know how you would use it. But what makes this weird is you got a side access door to get outside, and then here is another bedroom. It's a very awkwardly placed third bedroom, but it's a third bedroom nonetheless, and it's a big third bedroom. And it's got its own built-in air conditioning, a little unit in the wall you can see there. So I think what they did is they took the garage or something along those lines. I would imagine this was the garage and converted it into another bedroom space. Now, that's what I want your thoughts on as well in the comments. Would you rather this just be a garage, or would you rather get that third bedroom? Let me know. So here's the other interesting thing. There is not a closet in here. So even though it's got bedroom-ish feels, or maybe you could use it as an office, it's technically considered like a den or a flex space. On the listing, it's not considered a bedroom because there is no closet. But I feel like you could easily add a closet or a wardrobe here. I mean, it definitely, to me, has bedroom feels. I guess leave me a comment, let me know what you think. And to give you the information on this home, it is a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,389 square foot home. It's listed at $379,000 and recently had a 9K price drop. It was built in 1969 and it's been on the market for 71 days. Also, one other thing I didn't note before, kind of like how the countertop comes up really high over there. It's kind of, again, quirky but unique touches. Okay, before I take you to see the backyard lanai, and there's some secret awesome stuff back there, let's talk Sarasota. The median sale price in Sarasota right now is $530,000. Now that doesn't include Sarasota Springs and some of the other pockets that we've been in throughout this video. But that being said, there's no good way to kind of get market data that kind of encompasses all of just those different pockets without also including like things like Northport and things like that. So your months of supply in Sarasota is 9.1 months, which is definitely putting you in buyer's market territory, opportunity for some deals, some downward pressure on prices. And that is reflected in your average sale to list ratio, which is 94.5%, meaning whatever place is listed, you can expect to get it for about 94.5% of that. Of course, every place is going to be different. Depends on how well the home is listed as far as the price, the condition, a whole bunch of things. Again, if you're looking to buy or sell in this area or anywhere down to Port Charlotte, Englewood, get a hold of our team or the entire Orlando Metro, 941-221-1897. Call or text us at any time. We've helped a lot of people both buy and sell homes in the area, and we'd love to help you too. Anywhere else in Florida, click the link in the description, answer a few questions. That'll get you connected with the realtor in the area you're looking for. Doesn't cost you any extra, but it's a good way to support the channel so we can keep making you videos like this. And I should also note, it's not just anywhere in Florida. It's also for anywhere in the United States. You can click that link. Sarasota gets an overall grade of an A on niche.com, and it gets 4 stars out of 185 reviews. Schools get an A-, housing gets a C, good for families B+, jobs B, cost of living C+, outdoor activities A-, crime and safety C, nightlife A+, diversity A, weather A, health and fitness A, and commute A-. Now let's take you back to this awesome backyard area. I love this. So first of all, you've got this awesome lanai area, just so unique. I love the brick. It ties in with that fireplace towards the front of the house, but it's just a really good look with the painted floor, low maintenance, white brick. I mean, this is just fantastic in my humble opinion. I think it's just such an interesting, unique feel that's different than your typical Florida lanai, and it has so much character and charm. All the windows there so you can kind of peek inside. From the inside, it invites you to come on out. I love everything about it. I'm here for it. Leave a comment though, let me know what you think. Here's that pass-through window from the kitchen. Built-in shelving. That's pretty interesting, unique, cool touch in my opinion. A little bit of screen to let some more air flow through. Screen door here. And then the goodness continues. So more paved area with an overhang for some shade. If you want to be fully outside instead of the lanai. I like the wood here to kind of cover up some of the pool equipment. I think that's a cool look. You got the nice white fence. Your garbage cans are nice and well hidden on the side there, but you got your side access gate there. And we had that side access door over there as well. You still get a little bit of yard space. You had actually a pretty decent amount. Overall, I mean, you combine everything, it's a lot of space back here. Some paver bricks. It just, gives some nice different sections and character to it. And then here's some of the secrets. Well, the pool wasn't a secret because I told you in the beginning there was going to be a pool. It isn't caged in, which as you can see is kind of a bit of a nuisance with all the trees here and some of the leaves that will get in there. But still, you got yourself a pool nonetheless. And if you maintain it, that's not an issue. But this is a pretty huge perk. You got this whole outdoor storage unit here as well, which is pretty awesome. Not only are you getting this cool, cute little balcony thing in the front, I think that's awesome, just gives it a lot of character. But then you've got tile flooring in here, quite a bit of space. I mean, you could fix this up and do more with it. You could just use it for storage. You could turn it into a Airbnb. I mean, there's a lot of options here. A little man cave, she shed, office. A lot of possibilities here. I think getting bonus spaces like this are great. Get them where you can. And there's a little extra storage up there. I mean, you can make this into a little tiny house. So a lot of options. I think it's pretty fun. Again, if you're looking to buy or sell a home anywhere from Sarasota down to the Port Charlotte, Englewood area or the entire Orlando Metro, get a hold of our team, 941-221-1897. Call, text anytime. We've helped a lot of people. We'd love to help you too. Anywhere else in Florida or the United States, click the link in the description. That's a great way to support the channel so we keep making you videos like this and get connected with a realtor that's an expert in the area that you're looking to buy or sell. If you want to see another video like this with home tour, market snapshot, ratings and reviews, check out this one right here. We know you're going to like it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in that video next.